Hi guys, I'm Dr. Harshna Bijlani, Medical Head Ageless Clinic. I'm so excited to be part of the Vogue Beauty Festival 2020 in India, and I'm going to take you through a typical 24 hours in my day. So I start my day typically at 7 a.m. My alarm clock is my cutie dog Lucy. I don't even set an alarm because she wakes me up bang on time every day. It's the cutest way to wake up in the morning. It just sets the mood for the rest of the day. So the first thing that I do when I wake up is I wash my face with just cool water to wake myself up, and I brush my teeth. On the days that I feel that my eyes are just not looking bright and sparky, I put my under eye Sunscreen mask whilst I have my warm water. So in my warm water, I put lemon, I put turmeric, and I put a little bit of honey. I'm not much of a caffeine drinker, I never have been. I just feel like it dehydrates me, it just dehydrates my skin, and I also find it quite addictive. So warm water is what I've been doing for ages and it suits me. Now it's yoga time. Yoga is the one thing that has really got me through the entire lockdown. It's something that I used to do on my balcony every single day, and it really grounded me mentally, emotionally, and physically. So I'm really grateful to have yoga in my life and to have such a beautiful setting to do it against. After I'm done with my yoga, I make sure that I go for a shower immediately, because if I sit with that sweat on my body, I get a lot of acne on my back and my chest. So my shower is with lukewarm water. I do have a history of eczema growing up, so I use the Sebamed shower oil. So it's got a lot of avocado oil in it. It doesn't lather, but that's fine because it cleanses. It doesn't have to lather to cleanse. So I wash my body with that, and whilst my body is still wet, I put any cold pressed oil. I mean, my favorites would be coconut or almond. As long as it's organic and it's cold pressed, it's great to go on the body. So I use that all over my body to trap in the moisture. So after I've patted dry, I use my underarm deo. I use only organic deos for my underarms, nothing fragrance, nothing with aluminium salts because of the absorption through my skin. So I love using something that's organic, made of arrowroot, very, very kind to my skin, and it keeps me fresh for the whole day. Once I'm out of the shower, I start my AM routine. I start with my serum. So this is IS Clinical. I take around 5 drops of the serum. I really like IS Clinical because it's got cutting edge technology. They use extreme enzymes, which is their patented technology, to help with aging, and it's got antioxidants and things that will really help us with aging and pigmentation. My next step is my gel cream. I use Shine Cream, which is a very popular Korean company. Take around 2 pumps of it in my hand, and I seal my serum with the moisturizer. Because I'm in PPE at work, because we're in the COVID era now, I don't like using anything too heavy because then I feel like I clog underneath my mask and underneath my headgear. So I like to keep it very light and gel based. As you can see, I'm breaking out a little bit on my forehead because at work I wear something that comes up till here. So I use my CLINDAMYCIN gel, which also protects me from breaking out. And in fact, it's a tip that I give all my models or my actresses or even my patients who wear makeup. You can use a little bit of CLINDAMYCIN once in a while underneath your makeup if you feel like your makeup is breaking you out. But don't do it for very long because you may get then resistant to the product. Currently, because of COVID, we're doing a lot of Zoom consults. A lot of people are watching a lot of Netflix on their phone, on their iPads. Please make sure that you use a sunscreen that has a blue light filter. Why I love BSP by Crystal Tomato is that it's the best sunscreen money can buy. So it's got everything that you want in it, the highest quantity of blue light filter, and I like it because it's not very sticky or greasy on my skin. So I take around 1/4 teaspoonful amount of it and I dab it. Let's put the hair aside before I get it in my hair, all over my face. Okay. Remember, this is just the face.
And then I massage it into my skin, including my under eye, above and below. Looks a little white, like a geisha, but this will all settle down. So my sunscreen has now got absorbed into my skin. I did put a little bit more on my neck, and now I'm ready for my makeup. I don't use much makeup. I never have. I don't know how to use makeup. I'm a real clown at using makeup. So it's very basic. All I do is conceal my dark circles, which yes, I have, and it's something that I work on. I do Picosure, which is a laser for my darkness. It's a genetic, and we as Indians are plagued with dark circles. And I also do my favorite vampire facial to help rejuvenate my eyes so that it just looks fresher. So I put my concealer with a brush in my eyes. I don't seal it with any powder. I don't know how to do that, and I don't want to sit there with layers of makeup on my face. I hate it. I kind of feel like I'd rather work on my skin and make it so good that I don't need to sit with makeup and camouflage something, just to make my eyes look a little bit more fresh, because that's the only thing that you see under that mask when you're at work. So I like to wing it a little bit because I have small eyes which are close set. My brows, again, because that's what you can see with my mask on. That's what I like to work on. Now, when it comes to my brows, I have microbladed them and I have lasered all the extras. My brows really don't take much time. So I'm not much of a makeup person, and I discovered Beetroot, which I wear when I go to work or I go to a party. I love it because it just looks so natural and it's not a chemical. You know, I really don't like putting makeup, as I said earlier. And I love the way it just makes it look so fresh. And this will settle down a little bit. And then the same I put on my lips, just for that little lip tint. And I seal that with my lip moisturizer. I tend to suffer with dry lips, so it just helps hydrate.
So after I'm done with my AM routine, it's time to wake up the monkeys. Waking them up and getting them ready for school takes me precisely 10 minutes. Sorry, I just literally wake them up, get them ready, they don't even know what's hit them, and they're out of the door. Some days may take longer depending on how they've slept.
Please don't get up. Can we please wake up at whatever time we want? Otherwise we get dark circles.
Some mornings are really special with Lucy busting out her opera notes. And it's these small things that really make you feel so grateful and so happy about the day ahead. After being entertained thoroughly in the morning, the kids are out of the door, they go to the office, not work office, but their home school, which is in my husband's office. So he keeps an eye on them whilst I get ready to go to work. So the kids are off and I have the house to myself. They take Lucy along with them as well. So peace. I now sit down and have my breakfast in peace. My breakfast usually consists of eggs with some sort of carbohydrate, my oils which I add on top of my eggs, and some sort of stir-fry vegetable. I follow the VIVAMAYR principle. I believe that their principles really have helped me. They do no raw after 4, so no fruits, no salads after 4 o'clock. They also propagate not having non-vegetarian in the night, so I actually have non-vegetarian now for lunch. And also to chew your food at least 20 times before you swallow it, which I was always doing even before that. So many people ask me what kind of diet I follow, what I eat, but honestly, it's a lifestyle. It's something that you need to incorporate into your everyday routine, whether you're going out on a party or whether you're sitting at home. Now that I'm done with breakfast, it's time for my vitamins. So I have a multivitamin, which has everything in it. I have iron supplements because I tend to be anemic and most Indian women are. I have a vitamin D. I've always said this, vitamin D is very, very, very important for us. In fact, it's like a hormone, not really a vitamin. And the last thing that I have is collagen. So the one that I'm having is a vegetarian collagen because when I have fish, I tend to get my eczema starts flaring up again. So I have a vegetarian one which has coenzyme Q10 and collagen. And oh, of course, how can I forget my crystal tomato tablet, which is made of white tomatoes, great antioxidant, great for my skin. It really does wonders to brighten my skin. So now I'm ready for my working day. I start my day with doing online consultations on Zoom. When the coronavirus hit us, which was in March this year when we went into lockdown, initially I went through a lot of shock and disbelief about what happened and could this really be happening. But then I also realized that I couldn't just leave my patients to do whatever they wanted to do. A lot of them were on medication, on creams, so they didn't know how to progress further. So very quickly we adapted. We started doing online consultations. We started couriering products to patients in their houses. So for a lot of people who physically couldn't get out of the house or didn't want to get out of the house, we've been doing online consultations since then, and people are really happy. You know, they still feel that they have the continuity of care. They feel that they can be in touch with us and they can still get their products, they can still take care of their skin. And you know, actually, I think we're quite lucky in the kind of the field of medicine that I am in. But because it's skin, you can see it, they can see it, they can tell you their concerns, and you can prescribe them what they require. You can give them skincare routines because now a lot of people have time to take care of their skin. And you can tell them what supplements to take and what medication they might need. So this has been working really well for us. So when there's adversity, there's also opportunity. And many people don't know this, but my husband comes up with business ideas every day, literally every day. And I shoot all of them down every single day. Till he came up with the idea to set up something called the Ageless Express, which is an online consultation system where you get free consultations with a doctor. You get products delivered to you based on your skincare concerns. And it's something that everybody can access. Okay, so it's 11:30 and I've finished my online consultations and I'm going to get ready to go to work. I do need to reapply my sunscreen because it's been more than 2 hours since I put it, but I don't remove my makeup. There is a better way. I use the Coola sunscreen, which is actually a makeup setting spray. So I spray that all over my face on top of my makeup and I'm ready to go to work. So speaking about sprays, I do then spray my favorite perfume, not on my skin because skin can absorb chemicals, but on my clothes directly. And then I'm now ready to go to work. My typical day consists of consultations, which are predominantly for acne, pigmentation, hair fall, anti-aging, and laser hair reduction. In fact, nowadays, since we've been in the middle of this pandemic, I'm finding a lot of people coming in for laser hair reduction because they understand the value of actually being hair-free on a long-term basis. So that's my consultations. Another thing that takes up a lot of my day is injectables. A lot of people ask me, how did I get into this line and what do I like or love about this line? And it's actually the marriage of art as well as medicine, which is what attracted me to this line. I've always loved painting, painted all my life. And I think that's really important because, you know, you need to know your proportions, you need to know what looks aesthetically beautiful to be able to help somebody. What I love about injectables is people just look at themselves in the mirror and they just love what they see, and that gratification just really makes me feel so grateful that I'm doing something every single day that I love and that I'm making a difference in someone's life. So for me, it's not work, it's actually pleasure when I go to work. It's now 7 o'clock and I'm finally done with my day at work and I come home. When I come home, the first thing that I do is I remove my makeup. So I soak the cotton pad nicely with micellar water and I clean everything, including my hairline, nicely to remove all my makeup. I then use a gel-based cleanser because anything stronger than that just strips my skin of its natural oils. And this is called the double cleansing. So you can either do a micellar water or a balm followed by your cleanser, or you can do a mild cleanser followed by a foamy cleanser, and this is all called the Korean double cleanse. After that, I hop into a shower and I get into my PJs and I'm ready to unwind for the rest of my day. So once in a while, when I get home from work and my monkeys are not at home, the dog's not at home, my husband's not at home, I just treat myself to a mini spa. I fill my tub with lukewarm water, put a lot of Epsom salt in it, depends on how tired I am. If I'm feeling particularly tired and achy, I put a lot of Epsom salt, sometimes the whole thing, and otherwise just a little bit. And whilst that's running, I exfoliate my skin with this amazing Gommage technology face mask. And what that does is that it's made of glycolic, and glycolic acid helps just exfoliate and remove all that layer of dead skin. I'm not a fan of mechanical exfoliation, and that's why I love this, because it's a type of chemical exfoliation. So after I've exfoliated, I put this amazing illuminating mask on my face, and whilst the dead skin's off, all the good stuff of the mask just penetrates into the skin, and I hop into the tub. Whilst I'm in the tub, I have my music playing, I have my candles, and that's my 15 to 20 minutes of bliss. Sometimes longer if I'm lucky, sometimes shorter if they come banging on the door. After an early dinner, I sit down and do homework with the kids. I'm a total fan of lifelong learning, but I really didn't sign up to do first grade again. So I am done with my day, the kids are tucked in bed, and now I'm gonna get ready for my nighttime routine. I brush my teeth, and after brushing my teeth, I start my PM routine. My first is my serum. I use an IDEBENONE serum. It is claimed to be several times more powerful than vitamin C. It's a little sticky, so based on the consistency of the serum, you need to decide how much you take. But I usually take around 5 drops on my fingertips and nicely massage it into my skin. It has peptides in it, and it has IDEBENONE. Peptides works on anti-aging, and IDEBENONE works as an antioxidant for the skin. I even use it around my eyes. It gets very nicely absorbed into the skin and doesn't feel sticky or irritating for my skin. Okay, I follow that with Crystal Clarity Cream. It's my favorite, and that one little tube lasts for such a long time. It's got your glycolic, your arbutin, your vitamin C, it's got retinol palmitate, it's got niacinamide, it's got everything in it, which is why I love it. So you take around a peanut-sized amount of it. It does look a little brown after you open it. That's a little bit of oxidization, but nothing to worry about. And I dab it into my skin, which I spread evenly all over my face. I have a little pigmentation around the mouth, so I concentrate a little bit more around that. And I use it around my eyes as well for my dark circles. It does look a little browny in color when it's on your face, but it's okay. You know, it's in the night. Who's gonna see you in the night whilst you're sleeping? Okay, and then I follow that up with my moisturizer. I use the same moisturizer for day and night because, like I said, I like gels as opposed to creams. And that's just to trap my moisture and the cream with the actives below. I use it again around my eyes to hydrate my eyes and on my neck. Although the Crystal Clarity Cream has a retinoid in it, the retinol palmitate, twice a week I use a prescription grade retinoid, which is TRETINOIN cream, 0.025%. It is proven to help with collagen stimulation, help with anti-aging, help with brightening, help with pigmentation, help with so many things, and even with my pesky acne and my pores. So I take around half or 3/4 of a peanut-sized amount for my entire face and neck, and if I do it every day, I find that I get very flaky and very red and very sensitive, and I worry because we live in a hot tropical country, and when I go out in the sun, I don't want to get more pigmented. So I find doing it twice a week with my regular products works like a charm for me. So with aging, as we take care of our skin, I also take care of my hair. Most people look and say, oh, you've got so much of it, what difference does it make? But no one wants to thin and no one wants to lose their hair. So a year ago, I noticed that I was getting a little bit of thinning over here on both my sides, much more on this side. So I did a couple of platelet-rich fibrins, which is PRF treatments, which are painless, really comfortable, and that's definitely helped reduce and slow down my thinning, as well as a lot of new hair have grown. But still, to keep it, healthy, I use a hair serum into my thinning areas. What I like about the product is that it's not greasy. I don't need to wash my hair every day. It's not minoxidil. Guys, please, you need to see what you use. When you start using minoxidil, you mustn't stop using it. So I just use something which is just protein based, just to pep my hair and give it that little bit of fertilizer that it requires. I'm obsessed, like anyone else, to constantly sanitize my hands, and at work we wear gloves and constantly sanitizing between patients. So I like to moisturize my hands with this Uriage Zymos moisturizer, which I love. It feels like butter on my skin. So I moisturize my hands, massage it all the way up to my arms. I also use some amount of it on my feet. After I'm done with my PM routine, I get ready to go to bed. When I lie in bed, before I put my head down, I say my gratitude to the universe, and I love my Tibetan singing bowl. It just helps calm my mind, and it's just music to my soul. A lot of people feel like we're bodies with souls, but I actually feel that we're souls inside bodies. So guys, this was a typical day in my life. Thank you for sharing it with me.